Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Sidratil Muntaha, and in this video, I will explain a little about the discourse analysis methodology. To shorten of time, let's get started. The systematic phase is known as methodology. Methodology applies the principles of discourse analysis procedure. Based on Corder, analysis refers to the process of identify, classify, and explain. Because of this opinion, on this occasion, there are 4 systematic steps that underlie the analysis, namely, first, collection. In this phase, refers to the process of collecting and selecting materials in the target discourse, both oral and written discourse. Materials and in this context refers to any idea or information available in the use of language or discourse to be analyzed. And if the focus of the analysis is oral discourse, then the material must be an interactional, transactional, or performance. And this conversely, if the focus is written one, then the material must be text obtained from written works such as personal, business, or academic writing. And if the aim of teaching is to help students interact in conversation, so that the materials collect should be an informal exchange of ideas with orally involved 2 or more participants. And in this case, there are 2 important conditions that can be considered account, namely the suitability of the material with the needs of students, and 2, authenticity select ingredients. First, learn needs indicate what the learners want to learn and achieve in the learning process. What to learn refers to the materials. Meanwhile, what is to be achieved shows the expected learning outcomes. And according to Muntaha, there is no one best way to gather information about the needs of students. However, there are several techniques that can be used to uncover valuable additional information about student needs in a minimal amount of time. Namely, first, analyze the syllabus, 2, pre-write, 3, develop group vision, and 4, survey, 5, identify lessons, and the next, publicly record and synthesize, and the last, pre-assesses. Next, after gathering information about the needs of students, the teacher should need information as basis for formulating learning objectives and meeting goals. Meeting goals, learning to meet the learning needs of students, and learning objectives and the needs of students can be used to collect materials for analysis using discourse analysis. And based on the opinion of several experts, it can be concluded the characteristic of authentic materials, such as their native languages, produced for native speakers, or designed without teaching purpose. There is so much authentic materials that we can find in daily life, such as newspaper and magazine articles, television broadcasts, and the internet. But Gebhardt says authentic materials can be categorized into three classifications, namely, first, authentic listening film materials such as quiz shows, cartoons, news clip, comedy shows, and so on. 2. Authentic visual materials such as slides, photographs, paintings, and so on. 3. Authentic print materials such as newspaper articles, movie advertisement, sports report spots. And according Xuex, claim the language and culture is closely related. We can identify a person's culture from his culture language. The way a person speaks show his culture. The reason can it say the language and culture influence each other. Therefore, teaching a language is one way to convey culture. When we listen something that is familiar to us, whatever it is, visually find it easy to understand. And next, regarding two, stage identification stage. Next, identification refers to the process of recognizing and naming content of discourse such as form, function, structure, and other relevant matters, language information used by native English speakers in their actual social life interaction. And the next stage, 3. Explanation. And in this stage refers to the process of making discourse research clear analysis by telling a description of the culturally relevant components in discourse, both oral and written. To get an explanation, the teacher must explore information in two ways. First, looking for information on the internet to reveal a culture description of certain expression used by native speakers. And the second, interviewing native English speaker to get an explanation of culture aspect used by speaker in certain expressions of discourse analysis. Information about cultural description can be used to enrich the knowledge of English culture for both teacher and students too. This make it easier them in understanding and using it for real social interactions. And the next stage, 4. Classification. And after identifying and explaining the result of a particular discourse analysis, the next stage is the classification stage. This phase refers to the process of placing the results of the discourse analysis that have been identified into some information according to certain categories, so that is easier to understand. Maybe that's all. I apologize for my mistakes, but pronunciation and content of my this video. Thanks for watching. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.